Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my cooking. Today I am building a lasagna. Now I prefer egg pasta lasagna because personally I think it tastes better. It cooks better in the oven. The method I'm going to show you is a very cheap and easy way of creating lasagna. These are the bulk of the ingredients I'm going to be using. I've got some tomatoes and such like in the fridge. I've got some garlic on the other side. Like my garlic and onions, and I've got my spice rack obviously that I'm going to be putting in there. So as you can see, cheese, mushrooms, etc, etc. It's going to be something to munch. Hoping to look forward to. This is probably going to be a 2 to 5 minute video, so stay tuned as I do various bits of the cooking and you will get to observe. So I'm going to be chucking these 2 shallots into a frying pan, but I wanted to show you a little bit of a hack I have. So I've got myself 3 garlic pieces here into a pot, stick the lid on the pot, give me a second, seal the lid up and shake vigorously. And I'm not joking about the shake vigorously part. Madness! Now I'm going to explain why I'm going to do this in but a moment. Literally, just the way you see them, yeah? It shakes the entirety off. And this got me. It was like, I couldn't believe this. I think I was 35 or 36 when I learnt this hack. No peeling, no messing around, just literally bang them all out. Critically, I like to crush my garlic because it brings out a great deal more of the flavour. I tend to add my salt and pepper, and yes, they are garlic again. You're getting the idea of the kind of way I cook my food. And yes, this is garlic salt again, and it's all Schwartz, so a bit of free advertising for Schwartz really. And then this gets transferred straight to a hot pan. Next, I'm going to be chopping my tomatoes and my mushrooms, and I'll be chucking those also in the pan to soften them before I put the mince in to join them, and then the sauce. As you can see, I've now got all my soft ingredients in. As I said earlier, I'm just going to chuck in the mince and the sauce, nothing really particular that requires observation. And then you'll see it all mixed together. Yes, the sweet corn and raisins are in because we're white people and white people like that kind of food. It's all cooking nicely now. You don't want it cooked entirely the way through to start with. Take it off the hob even when if it looks slightly raw, because remember you're going to be sticking it in the oven for about 20 to 40 minutes as well. So once that's mostly cooked through, transfer it to a bowl, mix it with red sauce. I will show you the end result because it's rather messy for me to do so. And you should then have your final product, which you can start layering your actual lasagna with. I lied. I am going to show you how I layer it. It's going to be messy. You want to take a wooden spoon, and then once you've poured both jars in, if you're using a 500 bag, you then have the ability to just whisk it round quickly and get all the ingredients mixed in within the bowl. Once you've mixed it all together, you are then moving on to layering, which is very, very messy. Take basically a spoon, layer it on all 3 layers, lay the next sheets on top, and repeat until you run out of material. Then you put, where the hell did I put it? Then you put, and I love this one, this is the white Don Mio sauce. Beautiful, very, very creamy, does everything you need it to do on top, then cheese on top of that. You want a good consistency to spread out for a first layer, and then you're going to place the sheets on next in maintain the pattern that's underneath, so when you cut you don't have to worry about it. So I will cut along there and along there to avoid any real interruptible problems. As you can see, I've laid the sheets now, and it's not really that complicated. Lay the next layer, then keep layering until you run out of material basically. Make sure the layers are consistent and you've got at least something of a ½ inch thickness in each layer. So you've got a bite to each one of these layers so that you're not having some skinny layers. So for this one, I've only got 2 layers that actually got them fitting in. I'm about to put the third and final layer on top of the egg pasta, and then I'll be pouring the Don Mio sauce over the top of it and then cheese on top of that. So when you're laying the things, make sure you cover all of the pasta eggshell at the top so you can avoid any kind of hardness, because there's nothing worse than a hard pasta. So you make sure you cover it entirely with your sauce. I know some people will do this differently. This is not entirely homemade. This is designed for students, teenagers, lone sad men with friends. But in essence, and then what you want to do is you want to drop the cheese on top to make sure you give it a kind of a slightly crunchy taste to it. And then you bung it in the oven. The critical things I do is I grate my cheese straight over my meals when I make them, because I get a more of an even spread and it looks more of a natural kind of cook, relatively speaking. Then I want you to bung it in the oven, probably definitely preheated. No, I want you to bung it in the oven, preheated, 150 out of a 250 oven. So that's around, I don't actually bloody know. It's 150 on my oven. I don't know the immediate temperature. You could probably Google that on a 250. This thing goes up to sort of, I think it's actually Fahrenheit, so it's quite an old oven. And you want that on for 20 to 30 minutes. Then before you do that, if you're going to add the garlic bread, chuck your garlic bread in at the last 10 minutes. Just the last 10 minutes. And then your golden bread's just, it looks perfect at the end of it. Enjoy. And here is the finished results. Not bad. A little bit more wetter than I'd like. I didn't give a chance for it to be able to set because my family's hungry. My flatmate's birthday, so we were having a bit of a nosh. So yeah, end result's still pretty good.